Hey guys, welcome back to Evil Strikes, a true crime series. This is episode 4. I really hope your mental health is okay as there's been a lot of tragedy reported today. What we're looking at right now is a video clip of an argument that ensued between Quavo and some Mob Time members. So you'll hear exactly what was being exchanged between the two parties, which is what ultimately led to the gunshots that you will also hear in the clip. Later on in the video, I also have a 911 phone call and the footage of Quavo desperately trying to save Takeoff as a result of him being shot.
Take it. Hold on, look. Take it. Listen. Hold on, take it down. Hold on, listen, man. They know y'all, but they're not going to be disrespectful like they want it. They're not going to be disrespectful. We have a basketball. Man, I'm kidding about no basketball, bro. You just play basketball. You just saw me play basketball. Y'all niggas just in the gym. Play like that, bro. Don't play like that, bro. Hey, let go. I ain't finna sit
So, as you can see, that is something very scary to go through. And it appears that they had already finished playing the game and they were on their way out, and tension was still very high. Sounds like they were arguing about some kind of game like basketball or something like that. And then you hear Quavo say, "Let's go." So he already knew what time it was, like, let me not continue this bickering. But someone else decided to take matters into their own hands, and you saw what happened as a result. So now I'm getting ready to play the 911 phone call for you guys.
Please want to check out 22B23 Grand Plaza for discharging firearms. There's 5 shots fired from downstairs outside near 2004. The people next door are calling in about discharging firearms. It's not next door. It's from 2202 Hustla. Discharging firearms or shooting, not sure which. Just Pinto at Dallas. Caller heard gunshots and people screaming. Code 2 shooting just occurred on SO San Jacinto in Dallas.
And in the last clip, you're going to see the last moments of Takeoff and Quavo, along with other members of their camp, trying to relocate the body. But as soon as they thought to do that, they ultimately changed their mind. And it's so sad because you can hear how frantic and scared and a whole bunch of emotions that Quavo is going through at the time that this is happening, which is considerably understandable because this is his nephew.
Calling the ambulance. What's he need to do? Hello? Fuck over there. Hello? He's calling the ambulance. Calling the ambulance. What's he need to do? Hello? Fuck over there. Hello? He's calling the ambulance.
So as you guys just saw in those clips, it must have been horrific being in those situations the night everything went down. So in my last video, I uploaded a text conversation that someone was having with an alleged partygoer. Now, since the upload of that video, it seems like everyone who's come across that story is taking it and running with it and pointing the finger at Quavo for the death of Takeoff. And here's how he explained it. So Quavo was shooting dice and he was getting his pockets broke off bad. So dude had an attitude and he tried getting aggressive with the wrong mob tag men. Not gonna name names. And dude got on his behind, then somebody they was with jumped up, and that's when everybody bunched up. Then shots just started ringing, but they were coming from somebody Migos was with. But he was shooting wild and hit Takeoff on accident, and the other guys started shooting back, and I think he got hit again, but ultimately his own men offed him because when he got hit the first time, I seen his body just drop. Quavo was plexed up over some small ish. It really wasn't worth it. Takeoff was the coolest, quietest guy in the room the whole time. Other stories circulating other than this one, so I'm assuming that one is solely responsible for why people are pointing the finger at Quavo and also Jay Prince Jr. Now, if you don't know why they're blaming him, is because of the fact that this was an event hosted by him, and typically when he throws a party, you don't really have the best people of society sliding through. And word is, everybody came in strapped up, no one had real security, and so it was basically a free for all. People who can't handle guns should not have guns. I don't know if the person who ultimately took Takeoff's life was a part of the security or just a part of the entourage, because based off of this testimony here from this person who went to the party, it sounds like this guy barely knew how to handle the weapon that he had, which would lead me to believe that it's not a part of security, but maybe just one of their entourage members, and they just had a license to carry but didn't necessarily know how to handle the weapon that they had. And you should never have people around you like that who don't know how to use what they're holding. Firearms should be left in the hands of security, undercover police, people who know how to handle situations without being emotional or erratic, have had proper training, etc., etc. You should not be holding a firearm and around celebrities, because if something pops off like what happened here at this party, you're liable to hurt or even kill someone who didn't deserve to be shot at all. Man, this one is a real tough one because Takeoff is such a likable person. I just feel like we all lost our favorite cousin or something. And it's just sad that he lost his life over a dice game that wasn't even up to 10K. The Migos alone are worth millions, so it should have never been this serious. And let me clarify, no amount of money is ever worth someone's life. No matter how much you think it may feel like it's worth at the time, it never is. So after seeing everything, the story that's been circulating from the partygoer and all the footage that we just reviewed together, do y'all still believe that it's Quavo's fault? Or do you believe that it's Jay Prince Jr.'s fault for not having proper security at the event that he threw and just letting everyone come in strapped up as a free for all? Or do you believe that it was the Migos entourage member for being reckless and not really knowing how to handle a firearm? Now, me personally, and everyone may not agree, but that's okay because it's an opinion and you're entitled to yours like I'm entitled to mine. But after reviewing not only the story from the partygoer, but also the footage, I honestly cannot blame Quavo because we got to remember, before the Migos were born, Quavo was a street guy, okay? So he understands when things are not going in his direction. He understands when you're in another territory, you can only go but so far before you have to shut up and go. So if you look at that conversation, you can clearly tell he understood that it was getting a little bit too escalated for his liking and the well being of others. So he decided to go and actually said the words, "let's go." So at that point, it was deaded. But somebody within the entourage of the Migos decided it wasn't and took matters into their own hands, and y'all seen the results. So I blame that guy for doing what he did. And I also blame Jay Prince Jr. as well because this was his event. You organized this and you had all walks of life come into your place. So if you knew the type of people you were coming, you definitely should have had the proper protection for everyone. And that means only protection is strapped up, not any and everybody. Because if security had the proper protection, then there would have been no need for any celebrities or entourage. Anyone that isn't there for protection purposes should not have been strapped up. So that's my personal opinion. Again, let me know down in the comments what you think. And thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe, share, 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 like, and I'll see you in another episode of Evil Strikes.